Today I want to talk about Heroes of Adventure. It's a system that I already present here in the channel, but I definitely need to review it again because recently they released the third version of this game. So now the game is even better than it was. For those who follow my channel, you already saw probably my previous review in on the first version, and probably you also watched the actual play that I did playing a hex scroll game. So the game itself, it's really completed, and I need to tell you that if you do not know it, you definitely need to go to h.io and see it by yourself, because this game is free and it's unbelievable the amount of material that it has available for free. So this game has at the beginning three main books. We have the player's handbook, the rules, character creations, and so on. We also have the referee's guide. It's way bigger now, way more and additional rules and tips and hints for the referee. Also, the monster compendium, a collection of monsters and creatures that you can use on Heroes of Adventure. But there are also more supplements. They have available here in itch.io at least some adventures, but they are not simple adventures. They are really big adventures that you can play several sessions. And also, they have this fortress on the wild frontier that presents you a setting where you can have a free sandbox gaming. So it's unbelievable the amount of things that is available for free in this game. There is also a link here on h.io for their Discord. So if you want to be in touch with the designer, you can just go there and talk to them directly, and also link to the Reddit. However, I feel that I need to show you guys the game itself. If you don't want to download it and check it by yourself, I would like to very briefly have a look on these books. So I have here now opened the player's handbook. And the game itself, I could say that it's kind of a mix of several games. And I already told you that this game has some stuff from Savage Worlds, but it has also an OSR feeling or vibe. And there are also other mechanics to other games that you can see that all these together is really well combined, and it's really well done. And it's amazing that this material is available for free. The rules, very simple. We can just have a look. They fit basically in these 2 pages here. If I go to the character sheets, just for instance, it's very similar to the first version with some minor adjustments. So now we have a so-called inspiration, that it's basically something that you can use to use your abilities, magic, and so on. But once again, you can see that we only have skills in this game. We don't have attributes. Oh, actually, you can see that the attributes are somehow hidden in these skills, because we have agility, we have fortitude, we have strength. Yeah, but everything here is treated as skills. Basically, if you want to do anything, what you need to do is basically roll a d20 and dice that you have in your skill. And in the skill, you could have a d4, a d6, a d8, a d10, or a d12. And you just roll these 2 dice and sum both results, and you need to beat the challenge, the target number. And if you exceed by 10 the target number, you have a critical success. Or if you roll a 20, also you have a critical success. And there are several stuff that can happen when you have a critical success, but also things that might happen if you have a critical failure. And I'm going too deep, and I don't want to go too deep in the rules, but this is just the idea. So if you are used already to the, I would say, to the most systems that are available currently, you will not waste too much time learning new rules. The rules here are very simple, very, very simple with minor adjustment that, for my taste, fits perfectly. Heroes of Adventure, Player's Handbook. We have here the description, the contents that we will see here. Um, and then there is the game overview, how to play. There is a good example of play here too. One might say, oh, about the art. Yes, it's AI. But once again, it is free. So there is no commercial behind of it. Nameless Design doesn't want to earn money with it. So it's free. We can download, we can use, and we can even shape it, change it as we wish. So here is a character sheet, player name, character name, ancestry, background, and class. Then we have the health, inspiration, defense, and then the skills here. And one can see that we have D4 in this case for command, and he also has a D4 on traps. And if they want to do something, as I said, a D20 plus a D4 for traps, for instance, and they need to beat the number. There are also special abilities here that might require inspiration. This sneak attack, for instance, requires inspiration, and also equipment. It's a very simple character sheet. Then we have a list of skills right at the beginning and the abilities. So it's really easy to find everything. How to create a character? It's even simple. You can choose or you can roll everything randomly, as I love. Usually I prefer to roll dice and see what character I'm going to have. So let's just have a look. Several tables. I love tables. So background, class, races, ancestries, in this case, class packages, and so on. And then there is a brief descriptions of every ancestry. So you have the human, and then we also have like human types depending on the region that you came from. So if you are human from the Farlander or Free Folk or River Folk or whatever, there is also description here based on the main setting of this system. But of course, it's really easy to adapt this to any setting that you have. There's also a name generator, so everything can be randomly generated here. And the ancestry is going to give you some base numbers and also an ability. Beastman is also another option. Dwarves, elves, half-elves, and halflings. There is a brief explanation of the backgrounds, and you can read this, 100 backgrounds that can be used, and then we go to the um, classes. It's classes, how is it called here? Yes, classes. So, Barbarian, once again, there is some base stats here that you should combine with your ancestry. So the health here is +6, for instance, and then you can choose some class packages. So the Barbarian can be a Beastmaster, a Berserker, an Outrider, a Primal Warrior, and that's it. And if you each one of those class packages can give you specific skills. So you get some the D4 in animal handling, for instance, if you get Beastmaster. But it might be the case that later on, when you can spend more points, then we can one more point to animal handling, and then you go from D4 to D6. So this is very similar to Savage Worlds in this point. And then Barbarian abilities also, you can choose some, or in some cases, the class package provides an ability to you. There is also a description here. And there's several classes here. So Bard, Cleric, and I really love, for instance, when we say Cleric, it's not a simple, just a Cleric. No, we have here Crusader, Priest, a Witch Hunter, a Zealot. So we can choose one of these, and it gives more I would say, identity to the cleric itself. It's not just a cleric and every single cleric is basically the same. No, you are kind of unique when you combine your ancestry, your class, and your class package. And we also have, after this initial step, and I'm just moving forward now because there are a lot of classes here that we can choose from, we also have ways to customize it with some additional skills that we can pick or additional abilities. Also, magic description, so how it works and so on. We have minor magics, we have miracles for the clerics and druids, for instance. It's a little bit different how magic is handled here, but magic is also really simple. Even the spells themselves are very simple. So just a very brief description and facts that happen depending on the level that you use. I'm not going deep in the rules here, otherwise this video is going to be really big, and I don't want to spend too much time showing you every single page of this book. Monster Compendium has several stuff also that can be very useful, not only if you decide to play Heroes of Adventure, but also to any other game. Let's just have a look here. I need to get like, let's see this creature here. So it's a beast, it's a medium, and it's adaptive. So these are the tags that defines this creature here. We have the attributes here and the weapon that it uses and also the abilities. We also have this stable where we could just roll a d6 and have some kind of an idea on how to bring this creature to the adventure. So it's a random. If it is a random encounter, I could just roll a d6 and it says, for instance, in the number 4, summoned by an arcane ritual. And I can see, how can I fit this in the current situation? But it helps me as a GM, but also as a solo player if you play solo. The game itself, it's not a solo game, but can be use it as a solo game. So we can use this to use this creature here now. Hey, it was summoned by Arcane Rito, and then I can develop from here. It's just a hook that I can use. And we have this for every single key creature. There are several creatures here. I do not know how many, I didn't count, but as you can see, I'm just scrolling down and yeah, the G, and then so many creatures with G, now age, so a lot of creatures. And then if you see that, okay, there are several creatures here, but I don't like them all, I would like to have some kind of unique creature for my setting, then we have a page here called Monster Creation. And you can design your own monster. So there are some steps here that one can follow to create a creature. There is some ability effects table where one can use as a reference also, and then a monster creation example. Really great and very easy to be used. This is the best part of this free material. Once again, you can use the reference guide without using Heroes of Adventure as a system for you. But you can use this book in any game that you want. So let's see, once again, rules overview. Initial part more focus on rules, but present also some ideas on how to use progress clocks. Once again, this is not something that you can use specifically only for Heroes of Adventure. You can use it on any game. There is also a fate table here. If you want to use like some kind of oracle, it already has oracle here. You can just roll 1d20 and you have your oracle here, but you can use this as a GM. If you do not know something that happened and you have no idea about the consequences, just roll a d20, check the table, and that's it. A reaction table also, and just some ideas of to define the target number if your players want to check their skills to do something. There is this amazing table during events. You can just roll a d100 and see what might happen when they are moving from one point to another. Discovery, actually, just a minute. Warnings, discoveries, complication, weather, hazards, dangers, and that's it. So several useful tables. Then we go to wilderness exploration, weather, and then we have tables for weather. Then weather condition tables, so spring weather, and then we have like March, April, May, just as a reference for us, summer weather, autumn weather, winter weather, and weird weather conditions. Dungeon delving. Let's go only through the tables. So common skill checks that they can do, hazards and effects table. Then there is this section about downtime that provides a lot of ideas also on how to have or handle downtime with your in your game. And I think this is also really good. Once again, you can use it in any system, right? So it's just great ideas available for free. Also tables with more ideas. Then they go deep into crafting, alchemy, and so on. Then this is the best part for me. The creating the region. Then we have here procedures to randomly generate our regions. And there are some ideas here and how to create this, how to take notes, how to define it. Then several tables. And this for me is the best part. I will just move here from page to page, and then you will see how many tables they present here. So many tables for a lot of things. I'm just scrolling down very slowly. But once again, it's available for free. Just go to itch.io, download it by yourself and check it. Because I think if you are GM or if you are solo player, these tables are really useful. Anyone. There are also tables for settlements. So a lot of tables. 434 pages with useful material. And creating an adventure site. Also several tables for it. And ideas and guidance and tips. Then content for every adventure site that you create. But probably you don't need to keep watching this video anymore. It's just, I will just now just go through the pages and see how many stuff it's available here. So I think I can just finish the video now. I'm currently in page 192 and the book has 400 pages. But in the end, you got the idea. If you want a system that is free, that there is no cost, but it's really good because there are a good rule system. It's simple to be used, it's very easy to learn. That also has several materials to support you as a GM or even as a solo player. Once again, this is not a solo player. This is not a solo game, but can be used for solo due to the fact that it has amazing tables that one can use for it. So if you like this system, just once again, I will try to put the link into the description. Just go there and get it on itch.io, because I think if you haven't done this yet, you are just losing a great opportunity. So I hope you like this video. I hope you like this system as I like. And that's it for today. See you in another video. Bye bye.